The first day of BTS's concert in Brussels tonight absolutely blew away the crowd. Thousands of ARMYs screamed hysterically as they witnessed Taehyung and Jungkook openly flaunting their romantic relationship as a couple on stage. Every time he sang, Jungkook continuously stared deeply into Taehyung's eyes, as if whispering that the man was everything in his life. Such an intimate and vivid display of affection instantly set the stadium's atmosphere ablaze, keeping the fans in an endless state of hysteria. The rest of the BTS members were not awkward at all, as they knew exactly how extraordinary the love between Taehyung and Jungkook is. The full support from the group proves that the two are incredible, as a true and inseparable couple. This first night in Brussels has officially become a silent witness to the boldest and most romantic declaration of love in their history. Hello ARMY and everyone who just joined. Hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. Let's jump straight into today's video topic. Welcome back to Vkook Brussels. The first day of the concert held by BTS in Brussels, Belgium, successfully shook the entire stadium with an extraordinary euphoria. Thousands of ARMYs who packed the venue cheered relentlessly since the stage lights began to dim, signaling the start of the long-awaited performance. The atmosphere that night felt so magical, filled with the glow of light sticks that formed a beautiful sea of light across all corners of the stadium. However, the atmosphere peaked and completely exploded when Taehyung and Jungkook began to show highly intimate interactions on stage. The presence of both of them in the middle of the show was immediately greeted with hysterical screams from the thousands of fans in attendance. The energy inside the stadium suddenly multiplied, creating a roar of voices that seemed to tear down the dividing walls because of how enthusiastic the ARMYs were to see their closeness. That night, the romantic relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook was no longer a hidden secret, but a romance celebrated openly. Throughout the concert, the two did not hesitate to show affection like a couple deeply in love. Every little touch, sweet smile and warm embrace they shared on stage became the fuel that kept the audience's hysterical screams from dying down. The moment that captured the most attention and melted the hearts of the entire stadium was when Jungkook delivered his part of the song with deep emotional investment. Every time the lyrics of love left his lips, Jungkook's eyes were always fixed and staring deeply into the eyes of Taehyung, who stood not far from him. The gaze was so intense and full of emotion, as if the world around them suddenly stopped and left only the two of them on that grand stage. Through that deep gaze, Jungkook seemed to be whispering directly to the depths of Taehyung's heart that the man was everything to him. There was not a single doubt in his eyes, which radiated a tremendous sense of admiration, protection, and affection for his lover. Taehyung, being stared at like that, could only give his sweetest smile, receiving the entire outpouring of love that Jungkook channeled through the melody and gaze. This highly visible and natural affection proved to everyone present that the bond between the two of them had gone far beyond the boundaries of ordinary friendship. They were not just groupmates or close friends sharing a stage, but a couple with a very strong romantic commitment. The romantic relationship they have built over this time shone through so sincerely, allowing anyone who saw it to feel the warmth of their romance. This extraordinary love relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook was clearly well understood and fully supported by the other BTS members. The other group members did not feel awkward or disturbed at all. Instead, they often provided space and meaningful smiles when seeing their two younger brothers sharing affection amidst the choreography. They knew very well how grand the love binding Taehyung and Jungkook as a couple was. For the BTS members, Taehyung and Jungkook are the representation of a true couple who complement each other both inside and outside of work. This unconditional support from the other group members made Taehyung and Jungkook feel very comfortable being themselves, even in front of thousands of pairs of eyes. This harmony is what made the group dynamic feel increasingly solid and full of positive energy. Fans who witnessed these beautiful moments live admitted to being deeply touched and stated they would never forget this first night in Brussels. Social media was also immediately flooded with video clips and photos capturing the depth of Jungkook's gaze at Taehyung, as well as how they held each other's hands tightly. Many ARMYs stated that seeing their idols happy with their chosen partner was the greatest blessing. The first day of the concert in Brussels was finally closed with a roar of applause and tears of emotion from most of the audience present. The performance was not only musically and visually successful, but also succeeded in becoming a silent witness to a truly beautiful true love story between Taehyung and Jungkook. With such a sweet ending, This concert is guaranteed to be one of the most historic and romantic moments in their career journey. It did not take long for the audience to be driven into hysterics again when the concert entered the ment session, or casual talk on stage. In between the intense song transitions, Jungkook slowly walked across the main stage, taking firm steps toward Taehyung while holding his microphone. Fans who noticed the movement began to cheer, but the stadium suddenly went silent when Jungkook lowered his speaking tempo and looked straight into his lover's eyes. In a voice that was so deep, soft, and full of sincerity, Jungkook said, "Brussels is very beautiful tonight, but there is someone here who is much more beautiful." That spontaneous yet deeply feeling statement instantly broke the stadium's quiet, filled with the hysterical screams of thousands of ARMYs who could not handle the romance of the moment. Hearing such an outright sentence in front of thousands of pairs of eyes, Taehyung's face instantly flushed red, as if he was lost for words. He could only look down slightly while throwing a sweet, shy smile, an expression that was immediately caught clearly by the stadium's giant screen camera and drove fans even wilder. Jungkook, seeing his lover's adorable reaction, actually moved closer, placing his left hand on Taehyung's shoulder, as if wanting to assert to the world who owned his heart. The atmosphere on stage turned so intimate, highly contrasting with the grandeur of the stadium, as if the spotlight that night was indeed destined only to illuminate their romance. Seeing the interaction become increasingly intense and making the audience hold their breath, the leader, RM, finally could not help but break the ice with his humorous style. Walking toward them while shaking his head in full laughter, RM interrupted through his microphone, "It seems the world tonight belongs only to the two of them. The rest of us here are just renting." That spot-on joke from RM immediately triggered roaring laughter from all corners of the stadium, while also provoking excited reactions from the other members. Jimin and J-Hope, who stood on the other side of the stage, were even seen jumping up and down lightly while teasing the couple, showing how they were already very used to and fully supported the romantic relationship between their two younger brothers. The teasing from the members did not stop there, as Suga, who usually acts calm, also spoke up behind his microphone, adding that they should pay stage rent for using it to go on a date. Jean, who was next to Taehyung, even pretended to cover the cameraman's eyes with his hand, triggering cheerful laughter that further enlivened the atmosphere that night. In the midst of the roaring jokes, Jungkook and Taehyung actually looked at each other and laughed together, as if the outside world had indeed melted away, leaving only their happiness as a couple who love each other. This talk segment successfully became one of the most legendary segments, proving that their love is not only strong, but also surrounded by support and warmth from those closest to them. The excitement and romance presented on the Brussels stage that night certainly left a very deep impression, not only for the ARMYs present live in the stadium, but also for millions of fans around the world who witnessed it through video clips on social media. The moment of Jungkook's deep gaze and his open confession of love to Taehyung has successfully made new history in the romantic journey of this legendary couple. The full support from the other BTS members further reinforces that the bond of love between the two of them is indeed very special and unwavering. Seeing how beautiful the romantic relationship they show as a couple is, what is your own opinion regarding these sweet moments on the first day of the Brussels concert? Which part successfully made your heart race the fastest and left you unable to move on? Write all your feelings, reactions, and congratulations for this true couple directly in the comments section below. Do not forget to share this article with fellow ARMYs, so we can celebrate the happiness of Taehyung and Jungkook, who are deeply in love together. Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.